Lord, this is real. Will you watch over them? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you call for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they follow the law, they doing it. You said under your house shine, they ought to love one another. And they doing it.
You're in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and Sixth Shield General, 4th in command in the nation of Israel, Lahab. I'd like to salute this brother. March up. Barak. Yeshabim, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to Priest General Lahab.
Come on, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
Shalom, Israel. It's time to come get your full dose of truth for the week. You got Mondays, history class, taught by Officer 500 Shariwan and Officer 500 Ahabawan. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, you got Word to the Unwise podcast from 6 to 7 p.m. Followed by the main event, Captain and Priest Hadarya teaching scripture breakdown, the Bible like you never heard it before. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Wednesday, we got Priest and Officer 1000 Awaja teaching you all about the law. Tune in. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, you got myself, Priest and Officer 5000 Kazak Moth, joined by Priest and Officer 500 Barak Yah, teaching you the Brotherhood class from 5 to 7 p.m. Friday, learn to speak in the Holy Tongue, the Lashawan Kodash class, taught by Officer 1000 Katab. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yah Shabrakatah. To all the Akim, Shalom Yahweh Shamar, Alatah Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. To all of the Agwaf, all of the sisters, as Officer of 5,000 Kodash Debar. Today's class topic is World War III is at hand. Right now, I'm going to go over a few shout outs for the people in the chat. Shout out to Shemayim, Naamasha, Yahawada, Taza, hold on. Yeah, Tazarak One West. Let's see, Shalak Yala, Terry Akai. Hold on, let me see if I say that right. Akai Izar. So that's Terry Akai Izar, Ka'ar, UPK, Carolyn. Let's see, it's Carolyn, Radgeville, Kalaya West Indies. Oh, that's Sister Kalaya. You call you. That's Sister you call you in the building. Make sure y'all share the video too. Like, subscribe, share the video. Officer Bakam, hold on. Balakam, Officer Balakam, Dorothy Davis. All right, shout out to all of y'all. Anybody got any questions, put them in the comment section. And the brothers that could get in the class, click the link. It's in the group chat. Click the link and jump in. See if I can straighten this camera. Okay. Okay. All right, so make sure y'all share the class. And then we're going to get into it and we're going to bring out the topic of the class a little bit later on. All right, give me a few seconds. All right, so what we're going to do is go off into things about the so-called oppressor. We're going to go over a few things about the oppressor just to show you why this World War III is even happening. All right. So we're going to go over some of those things. Let's get it. We can start with Genesis. Let me see if I can get a brother in here. We're going to start with Genesis 25 and 25. It's just a prefix to how we're going to get off into the class. So, as you know, let me see if anybody got any questions first. Remember, put your questions in the group chat. Okay. I don't see no questions. So okay, so Genesis 25 and 21. It says Isaac entreated the Lord for Rebecca. Entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebecca, his wife, conceived. Rebecca, it was two nations fighting in her womb. Oh, here it's coming up. It says, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? So now she's having twins. So she's wondering, why is all of this rumbling going on in her womb and her stomach? So she's wondering why all of this chaos is happening, right? So verse 23, it says, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Now, people have to understand what that means. Y'all hear ISUPK talking about fake Israelite groups, and they are fake because they don't understand this scripture. It says, two nations shall be separated from thy bowels. These nations that's in the womb of Rebekah is the forefather of the children of Israel, all of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, and the forefather of the white race. And a fake Israelite does not understand that. They don't understand that because for some reason they think that they could join with the white man, the person that the Lord said was going to be separated from us. The Lord also said they was a different nation from us. I'm going to read it again. This is Genesis 25 and 22. I'm going to start at 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. 23. It says, Shalom Yahweh Shem Yah Shabarakatah. Okay. So it says, verse 23, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb. Right now, coons, black people that just love the oppressor, they think that we are the same nation as the white man. Esau is the nation, the white man comes from the nation of Esau. He is a Edomite. We come from the nation of Jacob, the Israelites. It says we would be separated. Fake Israelites don't understand that. Fake Israelites don't understand that. So that is why you should not learn anything from another Israelite group or person claiming to be an Israelite unless they in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. So it says, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and one people shall be stronger than the other. We're not equal. You are brainwashed if you think that you are extremely brainwashed if you think that we are equal to the white man and the white man is equal to us. One people is going to be stronger than the other. Again, it's Christian preachers that claim to be scholars, fake Israelite groups that claim that they are generals. They don't understand this. And you wonder why we say that you are ignorant and you don't know nothing. You unlearned. You wonder why we call you dumb all of the time. Because you don't understand the basics of the Bible. A lot of y'all clowns jumped into the so-called truth, and you start learning You start learning meaty scriptures and you never received the milk in the first place. Let me get this Montreal land. Shout out to Montreal.
Hey, Shalom, I don't want y'all about your stuff.
What's going on? You good?
Come, sir.
All right. Shalom, y'all Bashem, y'all Shabrakatah. So, fake groups and Christians, they don't understand the basics of the Bible. And what we should have been done, I was reading to my rib earlier this morning, going over Genesis 49. And the scripture says that unto Judah shall the gathering of the people be. And that is a heavy point, because when you got a fake Israelite group, Bishop Nathaniel, a person that was in ISUPK, the original One West, had a headpiece on, wore long garments with fringes on them, and now he wears none of that stuff no more. He don't speak Hebrew no more. When you have a person like him, that it is extremely dangerous. Now, let me get back to the point. I was going over Genesis 49. It said, unto Judah shall the gathering of the people be. Guess what we should have been doing? Gathering the Hispanics, the North American Indians, the Mexicans. That's all Judah had to do. And instead, niggas have started a bigger problem that was here in the first damn place. Now we got to go decipher what group is real and what group ain't, which one to follow, because gay black people went out and started their own damn group. Something that Judas didn't even do. See, a lot of y'all give us flack for saying that John the Baptist wasn't even in the truth. But guess what? Judas wasn't told that the least in the kingdom of heaven is going to be greater than him. John the Baptist was told that. That was spoke about John the Baptist, not Judas. Judas rode with the 12 disciples. John the Baptist did not. And these fake Israelite groups are not in the truth. They're not with One West. They're not with the original school that was given this truth in 1969. And now we have World War III on the verge of happening, and we still got to get a lot of people. We got to get our brothers in, the rest of the tribes, in this truth. Now, I know a lot of y'all might think that, well, it don't matter what group you get in. You can keep thinking that and keep gambling with your life. You can keep gambling with your life, but it's not going to work out in the way that you think it's going to work out. Christ's going to be the one telling you, I never knew you. That's just like that movie, Don't Be a Menace, and that nigga was like, hey, man, why come you never came to see me? And dude was like, nigga, I don't know you. That's what Christ is going to do to some of you niggas. Because he never knew you. You ain't put no work in. You wasn't with us shooting in the gym in 1969. Go ahead. Y'all got something?
No, sir.
All right. Somebody get a couple scriptures for me. I'm going to keep going over Genesis, because this Genesis 25 and 24, I guess you could start at 23 and pick up where I left off at. And then we just going to get into the spirit of the white man before we get into World War III, which is the topic of the class. The topic of the class is World War III is at hand. Give me 1 second. Put this phone on mute. Okay, who got the scripture?
So you said Genesis 25 and verse 24?
Yeah, Genesis 25 and verse 23.
23. So Genesis chapter 25 and verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
2 nations are in thy womb. Kazak, the link is in the group chat. It's in Telegram. Let me see. It said 2 nations are in thy womb. I need my headphones. But go ahead. 2 nations are in thy womb. Go ahead.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. 2 manner of people. A manner of people doesn't mean everybody is the same. And you know what? Sometimes I'm just having a merciful mindset on some of our brothers, some of them. We are highly uneducated. We don't know that one manner of people is different from another manner of people. We don't know that because we wasn't allowed to read through slavery. We wasn't allowed to read the Bible. And a lot of times, if you was just a smart nigga, they'd just hang you. So a lot of us, we're just highly uneducated. We don't even know that one manner of people shall be separated from the other manner of people. If I'm one manner of people, that means I'm not the same as this other type of people. And if you just look at that word, that phrase, manner of people, then manner of people means it's another manner of people out there. That doesn't mean everybody is the same. And everybody being equal and the same is a delusion. That is an illusion. You're delusional for thinking that, and you're having an illusion for thinking that. So it's a big problem thinking that. Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other.
One people shall be stronger than the other. All of that equality nonsense. If anybody comes to you preaching equality, they are an antichrist. They are against the Bible. They are anti-God because that ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. The equality nonsense is not in the Bible. The Bible just said 2 seconds ago, one people shall be stronger than the other people. Now, if you're listening to a dress pants wearing pastor, you know, with oil and baby oil on his damn forehead, then he is lying to you. Come on now, I don't understand why we have to keep saying the same thing over and over again to Israelites, to Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people. Go ahead.
Okay. And the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder shall serve the younger. These are twins in Rebecca's womb. The eldest one is going to serve the youngest one. So now let's figure out what happened. Let's find out the description of these twins that's in the womb of Rebecca. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled. Go ahead.
Behold, there were twins in her womb.
All right, Natazab just came in. I'm going to bring him up on the stage. Shalom, Yahbashim, Yahshabarakatah.
Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, Yahbashim, Yahshabarakatah. What's going on, Akim?
Nothing much, sir.
Go ahead, finish your point.
All right. Keep going, Hebrew.
Okay. And the first came out red.
The first came out red. Now, it's giving us a description of this person. He's red. If you look up, all right, the Bible is saying that somebody is red, a person is red. If you look on this earth today, the only people on this planet that are red, where you could see redness in their skin, are white people. They call them rednecks. All right, they call them rednecks because in the hot sun, if you look on the back of their neck, it is hot red. I mean, that is the only people that fit that description. Red, go ahead.
Salakia, the one, if I may.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so when it's funny. I never noticed this, but when my son was born and I was in the hospital and I was in the they call it a queue, where all the newborn babies are, and this is the first time I actually saw it where the baby was literally red. I didn't know they actually got that red, but from head to toe, like that baby was full out red. There wasn't an ounce of white in him. So it's heavy when the scripture describes him that way because like these are things that we can actually see. It's lucky.
Yeah, so I mean that's how it is, man. The descriptions of a person or some old devil, it does matter. These descriptions matter. Now, somebody would tell us, well, it don't matter what color it is. The Bible does tell you that it does matter what color a person is because it mentioned color. Yeah. You know, people always talk to us, why is everything got to be about color? I'll just pull this scripture out and say he was red. Yep. And then ask that same dumbass question again. Man, we got to be extremely aggressive and gentle with our people. You don't know what to do because, I mean, it's a ball of confusion dealing with what we got today, and it's all the white man's fault. That's what you should understand, the basics of the Bible and the basics of the trauma that you go through is all the damn white man's fault. And when you look at the trauma and the poverty and the destruction that's surrounding you, it's only one reason that is happening. It's the white man. And part of it is because you are following him. That is the problem. You are following a devil and a liar and a deceiver. Everything you look around you, everything you look at around you is saturated with lies. You can't even sign up for a cell phone because there's fine print telling you that we're going to cut your Wi-Fi and your hotspot off after 15 days. But we're going to make you think that you got 30 days internet and hotspot. You got to read fine print because they are lying to you every chance that they get. All right, Salakia, sir, you wanted to take over? Oh, Salakia, I couldn't hear you.
No, you good. Yeah, you good. That was a heavy point because a lot of times everybody always tells us who not to, right? Never blame massa. It's not the white man's fault. It's our fault. That's the first thing a lot of fake Israelite groups want to bring out is, it's our fault we in this situation. And of course it is, but we know by reading the scriptures that, the so-called white man has done more than what he should have done, right? You're not supposed to take a people's language and culture, away from them and, of who they are, right? But yeah, that's a definite heavy point. We should always hammer on who the enemy is and why we are in the condition we are in today. All right. Did y'all brothers catch Putin? What he said to Europe this morning? Did anybody catch it? If you didn't catch it, right now, if you don't know, America is trying to work out a peace talk deal between Ukraine and Russia. And Europe, the European powers are getting involved and trying to mess up the deal because, of course, they don't want Ukraine to surrender. They want this war to be prolonged. Just today, Putin said, I'm going to share my screen real quick. Let me see if I can share it. Let's see. Where's the share? Where's the screen to share?
It should be. You should see a.
Is it the present?
Yeah, kind on kind.
Oh, okay. Thought I appreciate it. Share screen. This right now. Can y'all see the screen?
Yeah, it's on here.
All right. I'm gonna read it real quick. Yeah, y'all see it? All right. This happened this morning. 12/2. Russia is not planning to fight European countries, but if Europe starts a war, Russia is ready right now. The Russian president said on Tuesday as he blamed Europeans for what he described as not having a peaceful agenda. If Europe wants to wage war, then Moscow is ready now. Speaking at an investment forum in Moscow, Putin blamed the Europeans for not having a peaceful agenda and said Europe is on the side of war, referring to Western support of Ukraine. If Europe decides to go to war with Russia and actually starts a war, a situation could very quickly come where Moscow simply has no one to negotiate with. Oh, that's a heavy point. The Russian president added, we know the scriptures, right? We know in the scriptures, somebody get me Ezekiel 38:4. All right, let me know when you got it. We know in the scriptures that who Russia is according to the scriptures, right? God and Magog, one of them, right? We know that Russia does not want to go to war. Russia's trying everything not to go to war, right? But somehow it keeps getting put in these positions where they have to defend themselves, man. If you are, if you know history, so many times has Europe tried to invade Russia. Is anybody familiar with Stalingrad during World War II? Any of you brothers?
Nah,
No sweat. Yeah, no sweat. During World War II, around 1943, Germany had invaded Russia, right? And they lost, and they killed a lot of Russians, man, a lot of Russians. But they were never able to take Moscow like they wanted. Even before that, Napoleon, right, from France, he tried to invade Russia, right, and he failed miserably, man. So this is all history repeating itself in fighting with Russia, right? They wanted Ukraine to be at the forefront to fight Russia. They want to keep this war going so they can weaken Russia through attrition. All right. Anybody get that scripture for me?
Hold on, sir.
Yeah, give it to me. Ezekiel 38:4.
Hold on, sir. Verse 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen.
Yeah. The Lord is. Go ahead.
All of them clothed with sorts of armor.
They're trying. Listen, Russia does not want to go to war, but it keeps getting put in predicaments where it has to defend itself, man. And nobody knows why. And this is the Lord doing this. This is the Lord making sure that war happens. Because why? If there's war on the earth, guess what they don't have time to do? Oppress us, man. There's no time to make sure you locking blacks up left and right, Hispanics up. You focus on fighting a war across seas, man. It's not enough police officers to man the street. It's not enough soldiers to man at home, man. Yet the Lord is showing you through his intricate wisdom, man, that he's freeing us. You don't see it. All you know is that this war happening. This is you, man. You like, we at war. I can't understand that, man. I done heard so many black people say that at the slave, man. We about to go to war. Nigga, what do you mean we? This is an opportunity to be free, man, from your situation. You understand? And you brothers can chime in at any point on this. World War III is coming, man. It is at hand. You understand? The currency is falling. If you're not paying attention to what's happening in the news, this is giving you a pretext of what's to come, man. If you want to understand throughout history what has happened when there's economic collapse, right? During what the depression is like during being at home, and how being going through all those situations during wartime. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff, a lot of historic things have happened, because, and this is stuff that has happened even prior to it throughout history. History is repeating itself, man. And statistically, these same things are going to happen again. All right. So read Ezekiel one more time. Let's go up a couple verses, though. You can start at 1 and read all the way through 5.
Come on, sir.
What?
Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog,
the
land of Magog.
Yeah, the land of Magog. Go ahead.
The chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him.
Right. Gog and Magog, those are the lands of the east, man. That's your China and Russia. And if you don't know, China, Russia, and North Korea, they are all allies, man. They have signed a pact that if one nation attacks them, that they will all ally up together. We know war is coming over. It is coming to that region. Usually when there's economic turmoil going on, especially with your dollar, what they try and distract you with is war, right? You need war to go on, right? To prolong, to prolong the inevitable of your financial system falling, right? Because why? You need money for weapons. You need money for planes and bombs and bullets and guns. Things have to be, at a standstill, right? In addition to that, more people have to die, right? More people that die, less resources you need, right? It's a whole domino effect when there's war going on, right? Go ahead and finish reading.
So, verse 3, and say, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee.
The Lord is against them. You understand? This is the Lord doing. He needs to take credit for this, right? Go ahead.
Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Verse 4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws.
Yeah, in Russia, it does not want to go to war, but it doesn't have a choice because the Lord is spiritually making this happen. Right? Putin is just getting out of a war with Ukraine and now about to go to war with Europe. Go ahead.
And I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor,
right?
Even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. That's the end of that's the 4th verse.
Yep. What does 5 say?
Come. Verse 5. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them.
Yeah.
All of them with shield and helmet.
This is your World War III that's about to happen, man. And we got to be prepared. You understand? We got to make sure we don't have anybody in the army in our families, man. We want to make sure that we have food and certain provisions stored, right? General Yohana has been telling us this for at least 10 years to make sure that we have some type of substance that's, to make sure we are able to hold out. You understand? You want to have these type of things in preparation, right? So get me, let me see. There's something else I wanted to share. You about to start seeing a whole bunch of these woke preachers coming out on the scene. You about to these Geno Jennings, right? You about to start seeing a whole bunch of more fake Israelite groups coming out. You understand? You're gonna see a lot more like stuff that's gonna, try and get you up out of the truth. You understand? You're gonna see preachers start talking about, oh yeah, we're not supposed to eat pork, we're not supposed to eat celebrate Christmas, we're not supposed to do this and this, but I still love white Jesus and we still worship on Sundays, man. You're gonna start seeing a bunch of fake groups, man. Give me Matthew 24 and 24. These are the things we need to ensure that our people don't fall into these type of traps, and also call these things out. Call it out on your grandma. Your grandma just celebrated Thanksgiving, man. You understand? I'm so sick of being on Facebook and seeing dry turkeys and mac and cheese every single slide or TikTok that I go through, man, because our people lack integrity. And because our people lack integrity, because they can't suffer for 1 or 2 days, they prolong our slavery, man. You understand? They make sure they uphold this kingdom. They make sure to keep this kingdom nourished with their finances. They're going to go out on the Black Friday shopping to get those Christmas gifts. They're going to make sure 1 million turkeys get sold this year, man. And that's just the weakness of our people. All right, our people envy the so-called white man. You got that for me, Matthew 24 and 24?
Sir, I got it, sir.
Yeah, can you read that for me, Baba Kushah?
Sir. Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false Christ and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders.
Listen, aren't we going through that now? You understand? You seeing all these people all of a sudden. Now they have they have something to say about the Bible. They have something to say about what the scriptures are talking about, right? When in essence they're just mimicking the teachings of the UPK. Instead of coming into the UPK, they starting their own groups, starting their own churches, right? We're gonna see a whole bunch of those, man. Go ahead. Yeah, you finish reading.
Sir. Much that if it were possible, that they shall deceive the very elect.
Damn. They say that like some of these delusions gonna be so strong, you're gonna see a pastor on YouTube. He gonna have what 20,000 views, right? Saying the exact same things we're saying. And somehow he gonna say, you know what? And weed is lawful after careful consideration and studying the scriptures and getting insight from the Holy Spirit. Weed is now lawful, and you're gonna see the very elect people in the school tempted to leave to go smoke weed. You understand? The scriptures are saying even the very elect, those chosen by Him, will potentially be deceived, man. And it don't take much for somebody weak to lead a school, man, to lead the truth. You just have to give in to your lust, man, whatever that lust may be. All right. Was that it on that, or was it more?
That was it on verse 24, sir.
Okay, Thwada. And these are the signs of the times, man. You got war, false Christ.
If I may.
Go ahead. Who was that?
Kazak, I'm off Officer 5000, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So like a good example of what you're talking about be like 2 Timothy 3:1, where it say
you got it.
This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And that perilous meaning like periods of stress and danger, moral and spiritual decline, lawlessness, hatred, or societal breakdowns. And then they go Go on to say, oh, Salaki, go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead, please finish.
I was gonna say, go on to say, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
Listen, man, that's going on now. It's so much stuff. That's a heavy point because even the stuff we see today, right? Like you just brought up, disrespect, to one another, the parents. We see that, and that type of stuff when we were coming up was unseemly. Like it was this stuff that they do today that we wouldn't even think of, right? It's lovers of themselves, man. People who have to be seen all the damn time, man. People who will commit suicide if they don't take the perfect selfie. That's a real thing, man. People who if they don't get enough likes on their video, they blowing their brains out, man, or overdosing or something, right? Lovers of themselves, man. People, me. I don't get enough attention. I'm not seen enough. Nobody looked at my video. I'm ready to kill myself and everybody in here, right? That's a heavy point, man. That's a lot of that stuff is showing, and this is what the Lord is trying to give us a heads up on what's to come, man. And nobody else is deciphering these scriptures like we're breaking down in the school. Everybody else is singing and dancing in the Christian church, banging their head on the sidewalk 5 times a day. There's a ton of alternative things people want to do to ensure their salvation other than what's in this Bible or believe that's going to be their salvation, man. You're going to see people leave the truth and become Muslims. Why? Because everybody's being a Muslim, right? You're going to see people going back into Christianity. Why? Because they missed the celebration of Christmas. They missed the holidays. They missed white Jesus. It was just so easy, right? That statement that ignorance is bliss, that's a real statement, man. You understand? Some people wish they would have never heard about the truth. Why? Because now I'll never know what have a slab of ribs again, right? But that's a heavy point, man. That was a good scripture.
Salaki, if I may, sir.
Go ahead.
Because you're still speaking all truth, sir, and it's all Salaki in the scripture still. When you get to verse 3, it says, without natural affection, truce breakers.
We know what that is.
Come.
We know what that is. You understand? It's right in our face. It's in our cartoons, right? That show, what's that new movie General Yohana was talking about? The Wizard of Oz, The Wicked, right? Homosexuality, degeneracy. Degeneracy is like glorified now. You understand? It's like, man, like people are actually happy to talk about that they have a gay friend. Like never in my life. You understand? But like you said, all this stuff is happening at a rate that, throughout, it's almost like, you watching it from the time, you were a child to your adulthood, you're seeing like all these prophecies come in a moment. You understand? It's like, that's such a disgusting and vile sin, man. I hate to even bring it up, but.
Salaki, if I may.
Go ahead, Quadash.
And, it shows you how evil these Caucasian cave bees are, because people look at it like these people are protecting the rights of a homosexual. Like, oh, he could be whatever he want to be, but they're not thinking of why would you put a person who doesn't have sexual limitations, he don't have sexual limitations, why would you put that person around a child? Like regular heterosexuals, they have sexual limitations. I'm going to sleep with a woman, that's it. Matter of fact, a woman of marriageable age, and that's it. I'm not going to go to men and animals. But then when you bring a sexual deviant in with no limitations, these white people think it is lawful to let that person come into the bathroom with children. That's how evil they are, or they're just completely stupid, one or the other. They're either completely evil or completely stupid. And we should not be following them.
Listen, man.
Salaki, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to piggyback off what Kodash saying. And everything he's saying is completely obvious with these people because those things don't make sense to us. They're unlawful to us. And the proof has been throughout their history. They say if you know your history, you know your future. And if you look at slavery, it was okay for them to take your boy and put him in the bed and treat him as the harlot, just like the Bible said they would do. So these things is just something that they naturally would do, and they're destroying our people with this nonsense saying you should take somebody with a mental illness and let them run rampant throughout the city and in the country, and then just tell them it's okay for them to do all that they're doing.
Right. Heavy point, man. I mean, at one point, being a homosexual, that was considered a mental illness. The problem is you enable mental illness, and before you know it, people run rampant. You're supposed to try and cure these people, man. You understand? Somebody grab 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Somebody posted that in the chat. And then but yeah, that's a heavy point, man. Like that that's what got Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed, man. Like nobody in the Christian church and the Muslim mosque really takes the stories in the Bible seriously at all. These are supposed to be lessons we supposed to learn from, man. Everybody wants to be holy on the outside. Nobody wants to really do what is necessary, which is required of the Lord, man. You understand? Everybody want to give in to their lust, man. And that's why America is so dangerous, man, because there's nothing holding you in check. In other countries, a lot like you're held in check to on some stuff, but America, you just are here with free reign to fulfill all the lust that you want, man. People from stuff that's unheard of in like Dubai, they come over here and go to the Diddy party. You understand? They come over here and say, man, I know they were hurt when Diddy went into jail, man.
Right.
Diddy parties. Right? They were talking about I was watching some documentary where one of the dancers that would go to the Diddy party said, man, you wouldn't believe who would be there. It's princes and royalty from Europe that'll be at the Diddy parties, princes from Dubai and Arabia, you Muslims love so much, right? Be at the Diddy party sleeping with men, sleeping with men, man. You understand? I cringe. Sometimes I can't even watch those documentaries, man. My rib will be have it on, and I'm like, man, I can't get through it. I listen. I'll just trust what you tell me was in it. You understand? It's such a disgusting and vile, act. And even with that, and with that being a part of prophecy, right? That's how you destroy the population, man. The population can't grow if everybody's a degenerate. You understand? If everyone's a homosexual and a degenerate and lesbian, well, how the hell are we gonna go on and increase on the earth, man? How the hell are we gonna be fruitful and multiply? It's a special evil, man. Because Satan wants this world destroyed. And how fast can you destroy the world if you're not making babies? Disgusting. What was that 2nd Ezra 6 and 9 somebody wanted brought out? Anybody get that? Somebody get it?
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
For Esau is the end of the world.
Oh, yeah. That's a heavy point, man. I think that was going back to what Dash was talking about earlier. That the love and your love and affection for Esau, man. Damn. The reason why you love and envy Esau so much is because of what he has, right? He has the world under his thumb. He's in power. He's in charge. You want his woman, his house, his car. You even want his clothing. Some of that clothing looks so ridiculous, man. I can't even. I don't understand why you would want it. Listen, he even has men wearing purses now. You will wear a purse if it says Balenciaga and it has the strap on and everything. And as long as it has that strap on it, you rocking it.
Salakia, if I may.
Go ahead.
Like, speaking of clothing, just to piggyback off on what you're saying, for some reason, Esau, it doesn't matter what he do, he always reveals his true self. Like, even with the show Survivor, he shows you that he really wants to go back to being a vagabond and lick on rocks. So when you look at,
that's a head. Listen, you just crystallized something for me. That is a real thing. Like, it's a cat I was watching. He lives in Alaska. I know y'all know who I'm talking about. And he likes to go out and survive, like really tough it out, Quadash. In the winter, he like his vehicle, he lives somewhere in Alaska where his vehicle, he don't have wheels on the vehicle. He has treads. So you know what I'm talking about?
Alaskan Bushman or something?
No, I forget his name. His name is, I don't know the name of the channel, but it's a cat. He wear glasses and he likes to tough it out, man, in that winter, man. If I end up finding it before class is over, I'm gonna share it. But that's a heavy point, Kodash. He wants to go back into the cave, man. Listen, there are people out right now. It's a group, y'all can look it up. They pray for economic collapse so that they can have the opportunity to survive. Like, yes, it's a brother said wolf. It's a brother said wolf in the north. Yeah, I think that's exactly who I'm talking about. If you could post the picture in the chat or a link so I can bring it up. But anyway, this cat, he will go out into the middle of nowhere. Now, mind you, in Alaska, there's bears, polar bears, all types of stuff. He got to keep a weapon on him because he might have to kill a wolf or something that tries to attack him, or, his camp. They want to do that, Kodash. It's in their blood. They have no choice. Every year around between October and November, and y'all know it, at y'all slaveries, 25 to 50% of Edomites have to take off a weekend to go kill a deer. They have to take off. They have to do it. It's like they have to spill blood. And if they don't spill blood, they're gonna spill yours, huh? You understand? It's something about being a caveman, going back to being a base people.
So like it.
Go ahead, please finish your point.
And it's almost like, think about the clothing. Like when you brought out the clothes, white people, they put this they call it distressed clothing, like the hats with the torn up material on it.
Yeah,
they love making wearing disintegrated clothing, because that's what Fred Flintstone and the other white people did in the past. They just wore clothes until they disintegrated.
Yep, you're correct. Yep, the brother called it out. Yah is Israel. Yah live Israel. Yeah, you called it. Outdoor Boys. That's exactly what the name of the channel is. And this cat loves. He don't even like being around his family. He got a whole family. Wife got cancer. He got 4 kids. Listen, he about to go out into the woods and survive. I bet you deep down, if you ask him, he hope all of them die so he can just do this 24/7, man. Yep, that's the name of it. Outdoor Boys. Comes out of retirement. So I guess he retired from doing this and went back to doing it, man. You're right, Kodash. They want to be in the caves, and the Lord is gonna help them get there. And we're gonna be like, man, That man that likes to live out in the woods and live in the swamp, he used to rule the world, granddaddy. And Kodash gonna say, yeah, y'all wouldn't believe it. He used to be arresting and whipping black people and everything, and our grandkids not even gonna believe it, man. This is what he wants to do all day. That's his sole purpose, man. He's, you know, to live out in the woods. He's like his father Esau. Ain't that what Esau wanted to do? Esau would spend a whole 2 weeks chasing down a deer. And if he don't get the deer, he just don't eat, huh? You understand? Yeah. Heavy point, Kodash. His world needs to go because he is terrible at ruling the world, man. There's war all the time. There's famines, right? People getting locked up and in jail. There's no justice here, man. That's why he has to go. Yeah.
Salaki, other one.
Go ahead.
If I may, I got a verse that kind of speaks to the things that Esau does.
Please.
It's Genesis chapter 25 and 27.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents.
Yeah, man. That's my point. He likes being out in the field. He's like his father. They're just doing what their father does. What we like to do, man. We like to kick our feet up, be in the school with a shot of 1738, right? We like to relax, man. All that hunting and everything, listen, we'll do it if necessary. But damn, do I have to feel the need to kill something every day? No, man, he's a beast of the field, man. He likes that. That's why he goes over in Africa, and he likes being amongst them. He likes living like that, man. I think it's a story in the Bible about Nebuchadnezzar. That's why the Africans live like that, man. When you read about Nebuchadnezzar and the Lord made him like an animal in the field, that's why those Africans act like that. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody familiar with that story? I'm gonna bring that out at another time, man, about what happened to Nebuchadnezzar in the end, man. The Lord made him just how them Africans are today. Africans just like to, sleep on the ground, live in a hut, eat honey out of a tree when they find it, eat baboons, What Esau's just like them, man. He likes to live just like them. Shoot an elephant, kill the last rhino, kill the last of everything, man. You understand? That's just how they are. And we need to be prepared and ready to rule this world, man. While he wants to play hunter, we need to be ready to exchange the hands of leadership of this earth, man. We need to be ready to hand out justice. Right? And when you're in charge and you're the ruler, you're supposed to be judging matters, man. Making sure everything is fair, right? Making sure there's fairness throughout the earth. Making sure there's justice. You're not supposed to be stealing and pillaging everything. Go ahead. Who was that?
Salaki, I don't want. What are you talking about? Daniel chapter 4, verse 33.
What is that? What does that say?
The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar.
Oh,
and he was driven from men.
Sir. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Right. When you're in a civilization, he was the king and the leader of what is that? Babylon.
Sir.
Yeah, he was the leader, man, of one of the greatest nations on earth. And then at some point, he wanted to live like an African, and he got what he got. And to this day, you see Africans, like I ain't got to tell y'all, right? They like that mud. They like that dirt. Go ahead.
Salaki, I don't want. I remember back in the days in Miami, I was in the church, and the pastor used that verse to say Nebuchadnezzar became a werewolf.
Okay, that's why that's the Christian church, man. Because Christian church, they like fables, right? They like, oddities and magic and spooky stuff, right? So he can what? Scare the congregation into giving more money. He was driven from men. He ate like beasts of the field do. Have you ever seen an African? Listen, I've seen these 3 Africans, right? There was these lions. It was like, it had to be about 6 or 7 or 8 lions, right? They were eating a zebra. And the 3 Africans were looking at the lions eat this zebra that they had just killed. Would you believe these 3 Africans just started walking straight up on the lions with a knife? Walked up on them. The lions ran away. They took some of the spoils from the zebra, what they just killed, and took it home, cooked it, and eaten it. Now we got laws against that type of stuff, man. You understand? That's what Africans do. There's laws that says we are not to eat any meat that has been torn from other animals, man. You understand? You're not supposed to be stealing food from the damn lion, right? And the lion's been gnawing on that. That's unclean, man. We're not supposed to do that, but the Africans do, man. Africans, they don't care nothing about, ruling, being in charge. They don't care about their resources that they have over there. You understand? You think Africans like, oh, we're in this state because, Esau destroying them. But an African don't know to pick up diamond and gold and say, here, Mr. White Man, that'll be $1 million. No, he needs to be ruled too, because he don't know what to do with his resources. Those are our resources, you understand? And when I'm in charge, I'm going to be making sure that gold and diamonds come to me. They're going to stop with the gold, the diamonds, the uranium, the oil, going to stop going to the so-called white man, and they're going to start going to our nation now. You understand? The Africans are going to have a new boss in town. And when they don't meet quota, I'm going to whip them. And then they're going to get upset because the Edomites working up under them, not working fast enough, and they're going to start whipping them. So it's going to be a domino effect if we don't have our diamonds and gold and resources in a timely manner. You understand? And that's all it is, man. Enough about stinking Africans. But we can go on. We can go on all day on that. Anybody got anything else? They taking over, Hollywood right now from us. The so-called Jew has gotten sick of us already to the point where he's giving out the acting positions to the Africans now. I say, what is this? This is crazy. But it's happening, man. It's time for us to be in charge, man.
That was a heavy point you brought out, sir, with the acting of the Africans and how they got the Africans taking over Hollywood. Like, they got these damn Africans on Facebook making all these stupid sounds. Mm-hmm. Hey, all this nonsense. It's just crazy, man.
Listen, man, it's very important, whatever opportunity we get, man, that we make sure we distinguish ourselves from Africans. Unless you Dr. Umar is trying to connect us to the Africans, right? We're not supposed to give a damn if Akon was able to, come out on top from, a divorce. We don't give a damn about stuff like that, man. We're not supposed to care about this one, this new, what's the African rapper name?
Something boy. He got
Burner
boy
Boy?
in it. Yeah, Burner Boy.
Like, we're not supposed to care about stuff like that, man. We teach everybody our stuff, man. We give everybody our jewels, our pearls, everything, man, and we get nothing in return. You understand?
Salaki, if I may,
go ahead.
The dangerous part about it is, like, when they put, all right, we was already covetous enough as it is, coveting the white man, coveting what's them gangsters, Al Capone and Al Pacino and stuff like that. I don't know if Al Pacino might not be white, but we was coveting white actors definitely, for sure. Absolutely. But now when you put an African on the TV screen and have them doing something filthy and disgusting, black people that are simple-minded are going to think, that's my skin color. That is our culture. Mm-hmm. Bones don't belong in the ground, brother. We got to put those bones in our nose.
Oh, yeah. Listen, it's coming, Quadash. Before you know it, we going to see a brother with a bone in his nose. If Christ ain't back tomorrow, you going to see somebody with a bone in their nose, and they going to say, this is our culture. This is our culture, brother. This is from the, Muntutu tribe over there in God knows where. Because we just lack integrity, man. We lack it. I'm like, damn, all these Africans just popping up. They're taking your place in Hollywood, man. And this is why it was so important we should have stayed separate. Had we stayed separate and kept to our own, we could have kept out all the vultures, man. But that's what, like, and this is what killed me, Quadash. You hear about how beautiful Africa is. They always talking about how much better Africa is. Well, why are you coming over here in droves? Like, even the Africans here don't want to go to Africa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it gets me. Africa is so beautiful. It has all these resources. Well, why are you here and not reaping the benefits of, African resources over there?
And the heavy part about it is when Revelation says that, Babylon have been a golden cup that made the earth drunken. Mm-hmm. Like, these other nations are getting drunk. They coming over here in packs to get a piece of the spoils of the slaves.
Yes, everybody needs to, and that's exactly what's happening. Everybody needs to get a piece of the slaves before this world gets destroyed. Everybody's getting a piece of us, man. Them Africans, they not setting up shop in the white man's neighborhood. The Arabs aren't setting up shop in the white man's neighborhood. No, the liquor and gas stations and incense selling and bad meat, the fake polo clothing and all that. Those are all Africans and Arabs and Asians making money off us, man. Making spoils, because even they know at some point this world gonna fall, man. This kingdom's gonna fall, and they're gonna try and reap and squeeze it dry before it does. You understand? Where you gonna go? They're gonna go back to Muntutu. You understand? You're gonna be stuck here broke because you done gave all your money to Prince Azuzu or whatever the hell they be calling themselves, man. Scamming your damn grandma out of her damn pension.
And so, like, if I may, like, when you said what they call themselves, this is a sidebar. Mm-hmm. These Africans' name, it just all revolve around feces or something. Like, even the conscious community. On Sarnetta show, he had some man named Funky Throne, another man named Stinky Inky, then another dude Captain Tazariak battle called Shaka Doodoo. Then I seen an African named Dudukui. It said Dudukui faints from drinking Coca-Cola. This dude, it just all revolve around funk.
Mm-hmm. Listen, man, you smell it when you at work with them. You smell it. You ever rode in the Uber? Don't. You understand? You gonna get in that Uber and wish you just walked.
Yeah.
The hell with it. I just walk to work. I know I'm gonna get another point, but damn, I cannot stand a minute longer in here. But you know, like I said, man, you know, Esau, all these other nations, the Arabs, they gonna rip our pockets off as much as they can if we don't wake up, man. They already doing it to our people. I got family members who are Muslims, people just converting left and right to Islam. You ask them, why are you I always ask black people who went from Christianity to Islam, who converted, why did you convert to Islam? And the number one thing they usually tell me is because, well, God, Jesus Christ isn't God. And they say we're only supposed to worship God and God alone. And I tell them, where in the hell in the Bible does it says Christ is God? Nobody even wants to read or vet anything before they jump into it, man. That's why it's so easy to get black people into Islam. I think Philly has the biggest black population of Muslims in America.
Mm-hmm.
And could you imagine if they had only read the Bible one time, they would have seen that no shit that Christ isn't the Most High. You don't have to join and follow another God to realize that Christ wasn't God in the first place, man. But black people, but we just don't read. We don't research, man. And the scriptures say lack of knowledge is the reason why we're destroyed, man. We are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You don't even try and get knowledge. You just say, well, shit, this is a trend. And y'all gonna find out this whole Islam thing is a trend. That Brittany Griner, who's the one? What's the chick that be getting all these dumb basketball players?
Brittany Renner.
Yeah, she was a Muslim for 3 days.
Yeah.
For Muslim for 3 days. And then she was like, all right, it's a trend. Everybody's doing it because this is what's in now, man. And this is part of what Kazak was saying, bringing out about, all this time. You're going to see people just losing integrity and becoming degenerate and not, validating what they're getting into. You're going to see a bunch of false prophets. Follow me, false Christ. You're going to see a bunch of people who follow this man, follow this guy. Have you heard this preacher? Oh, he preached good. You understand? You're going to be like, it's going to be, we're there. It's not even going to be. We're there now. You understand? Tank Davis, follow him, right? You got to follow all these people. Everybody. You got to follow Andrew Tate. Follow everybody. Follow everybody but Commander General Yohana, man. But this Bible, but Christ. You understand?
Salaki, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead, Kazak.
The water, sir.
Yeah.
It seemed like we just want to follow anything and anybody that plots and promises our demise.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be Africans so bad and love Africans. All of our rich get rich like Oprah. Skip over the ghetto that she come from and go right to Africa to hang with a bunch of species loving people, like Kodash said.
Right.
You got all these different people that skip right over the ghettos where people are going hungry, homeless, and they go right to Africa with it. You got these people where they'll say, like y'all was saying earlier, oh, why does color matter? If color didn't matter, they wouldn't have changed the color of Christ. They wouldn't have changed the color of the prophets.
Absolutely.
It's only why do color matter when a slave wants to be accepted or wants to be able to have a reason to love his oppressor continuously.
Right.
So we always seem to love everything that hates us and everybody that hates us. The drugs is destroying us. We love drugs.
Right.
The white man is destroying us. We love the white man. Everybody he invites here from these other places hates us, just like the Africans and the Arabs do. But we love them and want to worship their gods and be like them and walk and talk like them. But everything that has been here to help us succeed as a people and take over the earth and rule something and have our land and have our people intact and our women and our children, we have hated. They have hated the Most High in Christ. They have hated Commander General Yohana and all of the ISUPK because we have shown our people love. So like,
yeah, it's a heavy point because the water for bringing that out, man. It's we want to appease master. That's all. You understand? As long as we doing what he tells us to do, you know, we don't take the fast kill. We prefer the slow kill instead. You understand? And that's the main primary reason why we you know, we do exactly what he tells us to do, right? We want to be like him. You understand? Everything that we do, your whole life is how to please, you know, this white man at work, you know, on the slavery. How to please this foreman, my boss. Yeah, that's even a disgusting term. You understand? But again, man, that's what we do. So let's go back to that second Ezra's the brother brought out 6 and 9.
Hold on, so I got it.
Now, let's recap on that.
Hold on, this is second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. A lot of people, when you ask somebody, it's what, you know, they always talk about the end of the world, the end of the world, the end of the world, right? What do and I'm asking anybody can blurt this out, but what do people, when you ask them what the end of the world it means to them, what do they think the end of the world is? If anybody has had that conversation before, anybody at all. What do people in the world think the end of the world is?
They basically think the end of the world is when, I guess from what it seemed to me, what they describe is the sinners, even though they believe God loves everybody, the sinners is gonna go to hell, and Christ is gonna return, and everybody gonna start loving each other, and everybody gonna be dressed in white and live in harmony with each other.
I've heard that, but yeah, I've heard that before. But there's a more common thing when people, if you ask a white person what is the end of the world to him, what I've experienced, and this is more than once, is that they believe the end of the world means everybody nukes everybody, and then nobody else exists. You understand? Like the white man thinks that he's the last one to rule. When he's done ruling, ain't nobody else ruling. That's his idea of what the end of the world is. Missiles everywhere, everybody dies, nobody survives it, and it's just, that's it. And if you're a Christian, well, you going, you in heaven, and you seeing grandma and your wife and kids and everything else, to that, respect, and everything on in hell. If you weren't a Christian, you go to hell. You in the ground with Hitler, because you ask them, well, who else is in hell? You understand? And they say, oh, anybody who wasn't a Christian, and Hitler, I guess George Washington and Lincoln and Andrew Jackson, I guess none of them are in hell, right? You understand? And that Leopold from Belgium, I guess he's not in hell like either, is he? But that's the perception I've received when people tell me what they believe the end of the world is. And you can look it up on their movies. They put it in their movies, right? Like the Terminator, and like when he's done ruling, then that's somebody putting God and Satan having a fight. Right? Their idea of the end of the world primarily is, okay, we're done ruling, nothing else comes after that. Like they can't fathom it. Read that scripture again.
Okay, so verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? This society, that's what that scripture means, is coming to an end, man. And then Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. We're going to have a new society here. It's going to be totally different than when Esau was in power, man. It's going to be totally different, and it's going to be under new rulership, man. That's the breakdown of that scripture. Go ahead. What's the next verse?
Verse 10. The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other question, Ezra, ask thou not. Verse 11. I answered then and said, O Lord that bearest rule, if I have found favor in thy sight, I beseech thee, show thy servant the end of thy tokens, whereof thou showest me part the last night.
So just to give you a summary of what this chapter is about, this is Ezra's, and there's an angel before him, and he's asking this angel when we're gonna be when is it gonna be our turn to rule, right? And you have to understand, think of it as if we were in slavery at the time, right? And we know at some point we're gonna get out of slavery, but we can't see the light at the end of the tunnel on this because we're so in, this is the 1700s, right? Slavery didn't come to an end for us in America till late 1800s. We're looking at this, and this is Ezra's. It's almost unbelievable. He's looking for reassurance that we are going to get out of this captivity and be in charge. He wants rulership, man. You think any Christian wants to rule? No, he wants to be hand in hand with his enemy, holding hands in jumping from cloud to cloud in heaven. That's his idea of heaven, right? He wants to die. He can't fathom what eternal life really means, man. What it's like to actually live. And that's what verse 9 is bringing out, man. The beginning of the world. Now it's living. Now this is what society should be, right? Go ahead and finish reading.
So he answered and said unto me, stand up upon thy feet, and hear a mighty sounding voice. Verse 14. And it shall be as it were a great motion, but the place where thou standest shall not be moved. And therefore, when it speaketh, be not afraid, for the word is of the end, and the foundation of the earth is understood. Verse 16. And why? Because the speech of these things trembleth, and its end is moved. For it knoweth that the end of these things must be changed. And it happened that when I had heard it, I stood up upon my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh, and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with unrighteousness. And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled,
there's going to be a what? What did it say? An inquisition? Can you read that part again?
And will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness.
So what does it mean to have an inquisition? Does anybody know? Somebody look it up. You're going to find the whole judicial system comes from the Bible. The whole having a prosecutor, defense, a lawyer, a judge, right? The whole idea of court comes from the Bible.
Gotcha, I got it.
What is the Inquisition?
The definition of inquisition is a period of prolonged and intensive questioning or investigation.
Which is in turn like what do they call it in the what do we call it when you get arrested and you're in a room with the swinging light
An interrogation
and the two-way mirror?
So like you said, an interrogation.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be an interrogation. An interrogation of what? Read.
Mm-hmm. So like verse 19, and will begin to make inquisition of them. What they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness.
And what they have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, man. In Esau's kingdom, there's no righteousness. Even their lawyers, right? Nobody wants a lawyer. Like, nobody wants a nice lawyer, right? You want somebody like, what was that lawyer's name? Anybody ever seen the TV show Breaking Bad?
Gotcha.
Do you know the lawyer on there? Does anybody know what's his name?
Saul.
Everybody wants a lawyer like Saul, right? A shifty, charlatan. Yeah, it's not really the truth, but it's not a lie either. Get you out of trouble lawyer. You want a shark, man. You understand? You want somebody, even if you're guilty, right? In this kingdom, you want somebody who's going to get you out of trouble. Well, the Lord in our kingdom, man, you're not going to have some high-priced lawyer that gets you out of, your crime. You understand? It's going to be black and white justice, man. If you did the crime, you doing the time, or your head's coming off. You understand? It's not going to be he can't prove, the glove didn't fit, or, whatever these lawyers do these days, man. You're not going to be able to get away with that type of stuff. You understand? It's going to be an interrogation of these nation of people, man. This is a nation. This is a world of unrighteousness, of unfairness. And that's what we're coming in. That's why we're called the judges. We're going to judge the earth, man. Quadash going to have somebody, you're going to have somebody come to you, with a matter. And you're going to have to be able to righteously give out judgment. You can't be swayed by money or women or anything like that. We're going through tests and trials as we move throughout the earth today. And the tests and trials is being able to keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah,
go ahead.
We got a couple of questions and comments. So
go ahead.
Ka'ar brought out he put Obadiah 1:8 through 9. I don't know if he want a breakdown on that, but that's what he put in the chat.
He's probably making a point. But yeah, we can bring that out. Somebody pull that. What's the next question? When somebody's pulling Obadiah 1?
Narad checking in. Sabadia.
Hey, what's going on, Akim?
All right. Wolf in the North, they talking about the white boy looking like Screech. Outdoors, they was talking about the outdoor boy. That was talking about.
Yep, that was the point that when you brought out that Esau wants to go back into the caves, right? He wants to tough it out, and in order for him to tough it out, there has to be a social and economic collapse. Civilization has to collapse so he can go back to living off the land. And guess what? He can have freedom to shoot you, and nobody will stop him. Or it won't be a judge, jury, or anything like that. Because guess what? He was trying to protect his land.
And select.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
And Smile 4193 says Shalom family, Detroit camp checking in.
Yeah, just go to the questions, Quadash.
All right, let me see.
Yeah, there's no questions. Is it?
No, it was just that one about Obadiah that I got up there.
Yeah, okay. Somebody bring out Obadiah. We can get that.
I got it, sir.
Yeah, please read it.
Khan, this is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Most High, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
Okay.
And understanding.
Yeah, read that again.
Khan. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Most High, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
Yeah, that's a heavy point. What's going on, Doc? I didn't even see you on the panel. You all right?
Hey, how about to the brothers, to the men above me?
All right, it's good to see you. But
Join
yeah,
real
man,
nigga.
that's a heavy point. That he's destroying the wise men now. Who's the leader of the free world? Right now, of the free world today? Donald Trump, right? Isn't he a known idiot? But yet and still, read that verse again.
Khan, just the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Most High, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
Listen, man, he's destroying the wise men to the point where you have to have Donald Trump as a candidate for presidency. You understand? There's like, you ever look at the news and see these policies and stuff they bring out? You know, the obvious answer isn't to go with this policy because these are the, the consequences if you end up going with this policy, and they end up doing it anyway. You understand? You ever know, like, well, damn, I could be a politician because I know that's stupid, that's dumb, that doesn't benefit Americans. You understand? Or it doesn't. Same in Canada. Y'all have that. What was the what was the Indian that was running for office? He wears a turban over there in Canada.
It was,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Jack Meat, I believe.
Yeah, like him, right? Like there are obvious. Like there's one thing. Like he might be the best choice intellectually, right? But Esau smart enough to say, listen, we ain't about to have no Indian in charge. Listen, I think half of Canada is East Indian right now. You understand? I done seen some horror stories over there, man. Crashing. Listen, they doing it over here too. Turning trucks over, doing all sorts of stuff. I think they erected one of their gods over there. Not too long ago during the summer. I think in Brampton. Yeah, like I mean, I know I'm deviating from the point, but the wise men of Edom, you about to have dumbasses in charge, man. You have them in charge now. You understand? They're all throughout the earth making dumb, stupid decisions. Right? Turning off EBT cards when EBT isn't 1% of the spending in America. It's just a good way to hurt people. You understand? Hurt your voters. Hell, he's hurting the majority of the MAGA movement. Just doing stupid stuff, man. Go ahead, finish reading.
God, and understanding out of the mount of Esau. Verse 9, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed.
Mighty men. Teman is a tribe of Esau, which are like the smartest. So like the Germans, right? You ever hear about how German craftsmanship and engineering is made? How they big up Germany a lot? They're excellent at their engineering skills, right?
Slocky, sir.
Go ahead.
Salaki, sorry, yeah, I was just talking to my camp leader was just speaking to me about that though, because like I drive BMWs, right? And I got a story though, right? Check this out. I gotta bring this out though. When I was at the BMW dealership though, getting my oil change, that's when I just graduated Hebrew Academy. I had my cover and I had my Magan Dawada and headband. The Germans, which are the Tiemens, I've been knowing these Germans for years at the BMW shop, right? Now that day, it just so happens that a so-called white Jewish man was in there because Jewish people hate German cars.
Exactly. Yeah. They won't even drive them. Exactly. Or not supposed to.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yep, go ahead.
Shows you how hypocritical they are. The Jewish man, white Jewish man, saw the Hebrew cover, the Magan Dawada, the headpiece, all that though. I ain't give a damn about none of that. He saw me, right? He fake walk up towards me though. So I looked at him. I walk up towards him though. So when I got up to him, because he tried to walk up towards me in the offensive way though, he kind of got scared though, because he knew if he did something though, I was gonna give it to him though. So he humbled down and asked me the question, was I such and such though, because I had the Magan Dawada. So at that point, that's when I proved who the people of the Bible are and why we rock the shield of David, which is the so-called 6-point star.
Right.
And it just crushed him. It just crushed his whole spirit though. Here's the kicker though. The Germans, the other white men, the Germans that sit behind that desk, because I speak loud. And I'm loud and clear though. They were watching and sitting the whole fucking time, and they were laughing at the Jewish man, the white Jewish man, and they laughed at him though because they know he's a joke. They know he's a fucking joke. And Germans hate Jewish people.
Yeah, right, rightfully so, man. And you know, and I'm not advocating for Hitler, but the the Jewish people were, you know, taking all the Germans' money. Stealing their money, you know, and, you know, squeezing them out of everything, right? And that's why Hitler killed them, man, because they just had to have another penny. You know, they just had to have every penny. You understand? It wasn't enough to have 90% of the wealth. They had to have 100% of it. Well, sometimes people get sick of you, you know, and eventually put you to death on it. But that's what Tiemann is. Tiemann is the so-called Germans from one of the Edomite tribes, right? Go ahead with that.
O Tiemann shall be dismayed to the end that every one of Mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Listen, man, once the Germans drop, because listen, Germans pretty much engineer and make everything more efficient, right? I mean, like you just brought out, their vehicles, believe it or not, they have better tanks. At one point, they had they were the #1 army in the world. It took the whole world to beat Germany, right? They had the best tanks, the best planes, the best guns. You know, they just didn't have, you know, the men to match. You know, I mean, they're fighting an 8 million man army with 2 million people, right? So being, efficient in engineering and create and innovation is what makes Tiemann the greatest in their tribe, right? And once they fall, the others are going to fall with it. Go ahead.
I'm glad you brought that out though, because like even before in the past years ago though, like why the Germans is so high up in that type of particular status and why the Nazis are in that though, because it's based off of calculated scientific warfare. Like even like before I came to the truth, I always knew about like why World War II Nazis SS was so up there. And again, it had to take, if it wasn't for Russia to intervene and a lot of other militaries to intervene, the Germans would have had it. They had it. And it was allied with Japan.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But go ahead, finish reading that. We're going to get all his verses.
God, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Listen, man, that's so heavy because like they to this day they don't have shame, man. I just watched a video of a police officer beating up on an older brother who was cuffed. You understand? And everybody's like, what are you hitting them for? They don't have any shame. It's just something that they lack, right? They don't have it now, but eventually they will. Go ahead.
Kadawaka, verse 11. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces.
Yep. And this is going back into the Old Testament when we were carried away to Babylon and Jerusalem was destroyed. Esau or Edomite, Esau at the time, they were our enemy. But they stood, they could see from their mountains, from their caves, our city being destroyed and burned. And they were pleased with that, as you're going to read in the next verse. Go ahead.
Kadawaka. And foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem.
So
even though
in the slavery. Go ahead.
Kadawaka, even thou wast as one of them. Continue on, sir.
Yeah, was that it? Was that everything in Obadiah?
According to whoever put out 8 and 9, that was it though. So once I got at the end of the sentence 11, I'm at 12.
Okay, yeah, that's no sweat. Yeah, but that's like I said, that was intricate into the lesson. So the water for that. Yeah, Obadiah first chapter, that whole chapter, man, is mincemeat for Esau. You understand? If you ever want to just go nuts at camp and just and Esau is your topic. Our enemies are our topic. You just go berserk. You can use that whole chapter of Obadiah, and that's about 2-3 hours of speaking right there. You understand? And then what you do, you correlate each scripture on how it how it matches up today, right? If you see how there's no shame, well, you bring out in the news the other day where you seen something that was shameful, where Esau didn't feel nothing for it. He thought he had the right to bust that sister in the head. You understand? He wanted to try out his new nightstick, right? Everything needs that when you guys go through these scriptures, you want to make sure that everything correlates with how it affects our people today. People aren't going to associate themselves with the Bible if they don't see how it fits them. They just think it's a book of old stories, man, especially these Christians. Christians are always going to think that, this is a book of fables and stories that, you're just supposed to learn a lesson from, right? Not getting the gist of why the Most High made sure these were written in the scriptures, because we would repeat this history again, and we would need some type of relief or some type of reference on how to deal with these certain situations. All right. Anybody got anything else? Anything else? Any questions on any of the YouTube chats? No. All right. Pittsburgh in the house. All right.
Well, no question.
No questions. All right. But yeah, man. I kind of wanted to go more on. We're coming to about to close out the class, but be vigilant, man, on keeping up with the news. These news, the news is milestones to where we're at in the scriptures, right? There is going to be war. Make no doubt about it. When there's economic unrest, there has to be war to take your mind off bread being $20, milk being $40. It's coming, man. And we need to be prepared. Be prepared, with your funds too, man. Make sure that you buy intangible things that you can that's gonna last you about 3 months, man. You understand? These are just things that we want to be prepared for, man. Christ told us to be prepared. Make sure you got a gun. Are you Sharywan, are y'all allowed to have pistols in Canada? Can y'all have guns?
Yeah, pistols are legal, I believe, right now, but
pistols are legal, but you can have like a rifle or a shotgun, right?
No, there's a whole bunch of restrictions on guns in Canada. It is very hard to obtain licensing for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they keep.
So like, sorry if I may.
Yeah, so like one thing I think, like every year they keep removing different guns that are legal inside of Canada. They're constantly taking away gun rights inside of Canada. It's very hard. So like.
Well, I believe I got you, Adiyar. But y'all want to make sure if you're able to. Brother said you can have guns in Canada, pistols depending on the province. So, yeah, that's something you want to make sure you have, right? You want to make sure nobody is able to come and take your shit when it goes down. Rifles have to have short round clips. Okay. Well, Christ said, if you don't have a gun, sell whatever you got and make sure you get it. It says, what did he say? Sell your garment, right? Y'all brothers be looking fly at the Passover, and I know y'all done put about $600-700 grand in them garments. Well, this is what you gonna do after this Passover. You gonna sell that garment, huh? Sell it and then get you a pistol, or get you whatever means to protect or defend yourself, right? You also want, and that goes, and it's not just that, but instead of buying them Jordans, you might want to make sure you got some type of weapon, right, to defend yourself, man. And that's what the Christians don't tell you. The Christians ain't gonna tell you what Christ said in the Bible. They're gonna say you better pray for it. You better pray. You understand? If you come into a situation where you have to kill yourself, I guess just die. But Christ telling us, man, we need to make sure we preserve ourselves, because we need to be here so we can witness and write in the next book, the next Bible, on how we overcame in the last days, man.
So like, if I may, like Christ is preparing us for war. Like he said, think not that I come to send peace but a sword. And
no, man, he coming to send hugs and kisses. He ain't coming to send no sword. That ain't my Jesus. Not my Jesus, Kodash. My Jesus don't do all that. My Jesus, he want us to just hug and kiss and love each other. Get rid of the guns, right?
Right.
But yeah, but that's what then Kodash brought out a heavy point. He is a man of war. You have to, you gonna be in his army with no weapon? You're useless to him dead. How many people can you wake up if you're dead? They're gonna come in and take all your resources. You want somebody to come in, take your resources, and ravage your wife and children? No, man, y'all got to make sure you have that weapon, man. And we're coming close to the end. It's going to be a point where there is no 911. General Yohana say this all the time. 911 is going to be cut off. It's cut off in some areas already. Who you going to call when ICE is kicking in your door? You can't call 911. ICE is the government, right? Right now, they're getting rid of all our Hispanic brothers and sisters. Who you think they coming to next, man? They're getting rid of, the reason why they're getting rid of our Hispanic brothers and sisters, because they were talking about, and this was 10, 20 years ago, that America in about 15, 30 years is going to be predominantly brown. I think South Park did a episode on this, man. So they feel like they have to get all the people who are making all these babies. They're not worried about black people, because you going to the abortion clinic. They're going to get you later. But right now, the Hispanic brothers and sisters. What'd you say?
Hey, Salakia, sir, what you brought out is extremely heavy though, because back at grammar school, one of the old history books, it was back in 6th grade, and in the old American history books, it said by like 1999 to early 2000, it says that Latinos go outnumber so-called Negro Americans or Black Americans.
Yeah.
That's how we know. That's for sure. That's how I do that.
And this is stuff that, man, I have read like 10, 20 years ago. And I'm like, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Well, Esau certainly believes it. So he's taking steps to ensure that he still reigns supreme. Like Esau doesn't think, well, maybe I should stop this homosexuality movement and encourage my people to have babies, encourage my people to be in leadership. He doesn't think like that. He thinks like a brute. And like a brute would do is kill everybody, get rid of everybody, use brute force to get things the way I want it to be. And that's how Esau has always ruled, because what is his blessing? His blessing is to do what? Is to rule with the sword. He doesn't know any other way. Can the scripture says, can you make straight what the Lord has made crooked? You trying to love something and kiss and hug and befriend something that doesn't want to befriend you. And that's for blacks and Hispanics. But right now, he's going to focus on Hispanics. He's going to get some of these Hispanics up out of here. Our Hispanic brothers and sisters, right? He going to get them because why? They make sure they make babies out. It be 10, 20, 30 of them in a household, man. You understand? And they work together. He ain't worried about us just yet. We still, making sure them abortion clinics stay in business. Right? You know what? I'll probably give black people a little credit. I don't think they've been in there as of much. But that Plan B pill has really been doing wonders. You ain't even got to go there no more. You can just go to the corner store and pay $20, $10 and go get a pill. Right? But right now they're attacking our Hispanic brothers and sisters. But eventually, ain't gonna be no 911 to call when somebody kicking in your door to get your last cream of spinach or whatever canned goods you have left on that shelf of yours in your pantry. And you have absolutely no way to defend yourself, man. They coming to get that. So make sure that should be a priority. That was an order given out years ago that every brother who is capable to make sure that they have a means of defense to protect themselves. Even if you can't have, a weapon, listen, have a nice, makeshift bat. A nice slugger bat with nails or something in it. Be creative, man.
It's amazing.
Get a 2x4 with 2 nails in it on the end. You understand? Like, have some creativity. I tell black people this all the time. They creative when it come to do some evil. I knew a brother who made a bong out of the he made a bong out of the tubes that you keep the blunt in. He made a bong with 2 blunt tubes or something. Blunt holders or whatever you want to call them, man. We get real innovative when it's time to do evil. Well, man, when it's time to save your life, man, and you have no way around it, you got to do something. All right. Does anybody have anything else?
I'm concealed carry, sir.
You said what?
New York. I'm concealed carry, sir. New York State originally. The state of Florida and the state of Arizona that cover a bunch of states. Because when I got out of Afghanistan in late 2012, I got my firearm license in 2013, and then I did armed guard for no years, and then I got off for a minute though, because before I came to the truth though, I was finishing bachelor's studying in the ISUBK.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you were doing like doing a courier for like the cash bags, and the lock boxes, the lock boxes.
Fires like the armed security job, sir.
Yeah, you like transferring funds from the bank to like what is it?
Oh, that's the Brinks and the Dunbar. I wasn't that dope, but I know who they are. I did armed security at the pharmacies, banks, warehouses, 7-Elevens, parks, like a whole lot of places though, sir, which is good. I'm trying to I got everything though, so I'm trying to update my guard card right now though, so I could be like money on the side.
Right. Notice Christ never said make sure to store up food and all this other stuff, right? He said make sure, if anything, make sure you have a weapon. Because why, man? And there's a wisdom in the reasoning why we need to have that. As us being an organized brotherhood, people are going to look to us for protection. You understand? They're gonna be looking at the UPK. They're gonna be like, man, they organized, they got weapons. Ain't nobody, they stole all my rice. You know what I'm saying? Esau came in and stole all my goods. Well, hell, had I been with them, I would have been able to protect my provisions. Go ahead, Quadash.
So, like, if I may, didn't he say get a purse too? Like in that scripture, he said get a purse.
Yeah, he said,
so,
yep. Beforehand,
is the purse talking about money?
Absolutely. He said before we were going places, you didn't need money because everybody knew me. I was Christ. Everybody knew me. I performed miracles. They would rather give us a free room at this hotel or this homestead. I didn't have to pay to get on the boat, right? They knew me. He didn't need money. Remember, he said leave all that stuff at the crib. We're gonna make it with what we got. Well, now Christ isn't with us anymore, so we need to make sure we have some type of tangible, items in case we wanted to trade with, but it is good to have something in case we ever need to, do some type of trade. But that's not gonna be our redemption, right? Christ said you ain't gonna be redeemed with money. You just have to sustain until he gets here, right? That's all. He ain't say take purse with you and so you can have a damn man bag and be, walking down the street.
Kind on a car.
That's what most brothers want to do anyway, man. Oh my God. That satchel, man. I can't even wear the satchel out. I'll just wear a book bag, and that's as far as it goes. If it can't fit my wallet or, in the book bag, and I guess I don't need it. I ain't wearing no purse out, no man bag, whatever you want to call it. They call it a man bag to clean it up. That's what I think how they do it. That's a man bag. I think Boondocks called it out. They said, man, we going to be wearing dresses and skirts and purses and all that. And before you know it, it has come to fruition.
Salaki, when I say that episode of Boondocks, man, I guess they was really telling the truth. Well, that part, I see this shit like a nigga wearing a fucking purse. Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
I just like, in my spirit, I'm saying, like, with masculine spirit, do I just like kind of walk away and isolate from that? I would say that to them. That's their problem. They gonna lie.
I mean, like it ain't even like they predicted it was gonna happen. It's like you can predict it, right? If you start seeing your son playing with dolls at 4, and then at 7, he's playing, wearing his mother's high-heeled shoes, and then at 8, well, he's painting his nails. Well, it's not the, colorful paint, it's the clear paint, right? And you know what? Pink is his favorite color. Not that, he can like any color, but he like pink. You can almost predict that, he gonna want to wear a purse, or he's gonna be a homosexual later on in life. It's just the stuff you just see the signs and then you call it. It's like what is that called? The probability equation. It's just writing on the wall, huh?
Probability and statistics.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Probability of statistics. Well, shit. If he all he does is hang out. If he goes to he goes to church. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the 10 men out of 200 member church. He's one of the 10 men at that church. Well, he's probably a homosexual off rip. You understand? And he only goes to, he goes to all the men retreats. And they go out to the, the woods and just where they could just go out to be men with the pastor. Come on, man. You could call that. You can call that a homosexual. I knew that. So, yeah. If nobody has anything else, we're gonna close out. Do you have the announcements in front of you, Quadash, or la?
Well,
all right, no sweat. Does anybody have anything else? Anything they want to bring out? Any questions, comments? Anything I should know? Anything? Any other brother? Adiyar, what you got, man? I know you got something.
So, sir, I just wanted to say earlier when we were talking about the guns in Montreal and Canada, most of the guns are for sure right now. You know what I'm saying? You can't even walk outside with a gun right now.
Damn. They just for show. So you mean like they just like in cases and stuff like that at home?
Come on, sir. You just come on, sir. And even then, we got laws. If somebody run up in your house and everything, most likely if you shoot them, you know what I'm saying? Most likely you be the one, you know what I'm saying, going to jail, not them.
That's heavy. When we were in Toronto, the police there, man, I know some of them, the ones I think I remember seeing, they did have guns, but man, they look like some pushovers, huh? Compared to what we're typically deal with. I'm like, damn, this is who's protecting society over here? Man. I almost wish we had those type of police here, right? They were like, man, I was like, oh my gosh. Well, it is what it is. Y'all, it could be worse, I guess. It could be a American bred police officer. Yeah. But yeah, man, get your weapon if you can. You don't have to have a gun if but have something. Yeah. All right, with that, I'm gonna close up the class. Make sure we pay our tithes. Brothers and sisters in the audience, make sure you tune in. I believe the law class is tomorrow. We'll be online. Lord willing, by the end of the week, we'll be back in the building at the new school. We're currently in preparation and getting it prepared for you so you can be in a comfortable setting. And Captain Hadarya Allah will be back next week, Lord allow, to do what he does. Y'all know Cap always is working, man. That brother's stay working. You can call him anytime. I called him at 3:00 in the morning, and just and he picked up, man. So if you need any counsel, if there's anything you need, make sure you call the school. Any thing you need to settle, make sure you call the school. All right. Any help that you need with food, we do have provisions at the school, and where right now we're in a season of abundance. We got a ton of boxes of food at the school. Contact the school and we'll make sure you get fed. All right. With that, I'm going to close out the class. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Brakatah. All right. Shalom. Class dismissed.